We're now on page 530 in Chapter 8. At the bottom of the page, creating a pivot chart report directly from the data. We need to go to the sales analysis figures, which we're on right now. And we're going to insert, let's go to cell A3, so we're in the data first, and go to insert, and we want pivot table. Click the arrow this time, and do pivot chart, and click on OK. Oops. And okay, now we've got an empty screen here for our pivot table, and we want to add state and location. So click on state and location. There's no need to drag them down. If you click on them, they'll appear down here in order. And we want to add 2011 sales and 2012 sales, and we can also do the same thing with these. Just click on them and they will appear down here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to page 532, and we're going to rename this sheet average sales per employee. So double click and just type and we want to close the pivot table field list pane, which is this over here, and if necessary, click on the pivot table to make it active. Click the options on the ribbon to display the pivot table tools. Click the calculations button. And I don't have a calculations button because my menu is wider than yours is, and my ribbon is wider than yours is. So I'm already seeing all of the things here that you may have to click to see if you're working at a lower resolution. And we want fields, items, and sets, which is this button right here. And we want calculated field. And then we're going to give it a name. It's going to be average 2011 sales per employee. Whoops. And we want to get rid of the 0 here, and we want the field to be 2011 sales, insert, do a type of slash for division, and divided by employees, and insert that. And so our expression is 2011 sales divided by employees. Click on OK, and we're going to do the same thing again here. We're going to add another calculated field, and this is going to be average 2012 sales per employee, and that's going to be the 2012 sales, and then type a slash divided by the number of employees, insert the field, click on OK. Okay, now these values are not showing up here at the top like they are in the book, so we may have to play with this a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to ask it to show me the field list, and I'm going to turn on the check boxes for these two. And I know his columns are kind of wide. I'm going to narrow my columns a little bit here so it's a little bit easier to see. And actually on this row here, let's go in here and turn on wrap text so we can see a little bit better there as well. Okay, so here's my chart, and now I'm at the bottom of page 533. You can see on the right edge of the bottom figure on page 533 that his chart does have an orange and a blue bar, and ours does too now, so we should all be in the same place. Now at the bottom of page 533, we're going to format it. It says, if necessary, click the field list button to display the pivot table pane, then click the sales box for 2011 and 2012. So we're going to turn this off and turn this off, And now what we're left with is these two values, these two columns, and we have two bars in the chart that correspond to that. Go to cell A3 and click Design on the ribbon, and we want Pivot Style Medium 10. So let's click on the down arrow here, and we want medium, and it looks like 10 might be this one right here. Yep, that's number 10. And now we're on the top of page 534. Insert two blank rows above the pivot table. So if I select two rows here and right click and do insert, I will get two blank rows up above. And in cell A1 we want to type Eckert Pet Supplies, and underneath average employee sales 2011 and 2012. And we want the title style. Merge and center. You gotta do them one at a time. Let's merge and center that. And let's go here and merge and center that. And then we're going to apply title and heading 2. So this one is going to be cell style called title. This one is going to be the cell style called heading 2. Okay, and it should look similar to figure 880 on page 534. Change the column widths for B and C to 15, and I'm going to do this by right clicking and typing in the number 15. Hit enter. A little bit wider. Wrap and center the field names in B3 and C3. I already turned wrap on for those, but I did not center them. You see wrap text is turned on here. Change column width for D to 50. Right click, column width, and type in 50. Hit enter. Now I got a big wide column for column D. And apply the currency number format with 0 decimal places to the average sales. So I'm going to select these two columns here, and we want currency with 0 decimal places. So I need to decrease the decimal places. And I want to use the field list button. I want to hide all of this stuff, so let's go back here and turn this off and turn this off. And let me see, I turn this one off. And now we're at the bottom of page 534, number 10. Select PivotChart and apply style 2 in the chart styles gallery. So let's go up here, and style number 2 is already selected. Use the legend button on the layout tab, and we want the legend to be positioned at the top. So let's go to legend here and show legend at top, and click the field buttons to hide. Okay, so we want to hide the field buttons. Let me see. Okay, that is on the Analyze tab over here. We want to turn that off, and the buttons disappear from here. And we want to resize it so that it fills the range from D1 to D19. So let's go over here, and D1, I'm going to make this a little bit narrower here, so it's just column D. I guess I need to go a little bit higher, and down to D19. So we're going to make it basically the same height as the pivot table data. And that's the end of that section. Let's save that, and we'll stop there, and we'll continue with slicers in the next video.